Lama la kyapsuchi, Sangye la kyapsuchi, Chula kyapsuchi, Gendu na kyapsuchi. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings never be separated from the great happiness that is beyond all misery. May all beings dwell in equanimity, unaffected by attraction to dear ones and aversion to others. May all beings recover from the sicknesses of mind and body pollution and enjoy relative and absolute health, now and forever. May all beings relax in a pure and healthy outer and inner environment, now and forever. May all beings enjoy inner peace and world peace, now and forever. Malusem shen kungi gangyo chi, de bunje mi ze jom ze la. Ngena malu yanda kyangyo pe, chamden go jene di shek su su. Protector of all beings without exception, endless subduer of harmful beings and energies, deity, perfect knower of all things, Bhagavan and attendants, please come here to this place. Nagabodhi, the red-horned thief. What a good fortune to live upon the earth. What riches are held in the ocean's depths. What pleasure in wielding the sword of awareness and meeting friends when we encounter the aimless ones. Many years ago, Arya Nagarjuna was residing at the Suvarna Vihara. Every night a feast was provided for him and served upon plates of purest gold. One evening, as he sat down to his elegant dinner, a Brahmin from Western India chanced to pass his door and peer in. However, it was more than a mere curiosity that stopped the man in his tracks when he saw the gleaming golden service. For he had become a thief, and the sight of so much gold dazzled him and excited his greed. Yet, before he could even begin to devise a plan to steal the treasure, a golden chalice came flying out the door and landed in his hands. Astounded at his luck and not caring to question it further, he tucked the chalice in his robes and beat a hasty retreat. The following night, he passed by Nagarjuna's door again. As the thief tried to decide the best way to get into the house unnoticed, a golden platter came sailing out the window like some great gilded bird and caught him on the shin. Dumbfounded, the thief again tucked his treasure in his robes and limped into the twilight. Figuring the third time is always the luckiest, the thief came again the following night, planning to make off with the entire cash. But no sooner had he approached the corner of the house and was edging toward the open door than all the remaining plates, bowls, and cups came racketing out the door and piled themselves up neatly at his feet. This time the thief was frozen in his tracks. Never before in his experience of the world had such a thing happened. Who was living here? Was that person reading his mind? "My wealth is yours," called a friendly voice from inside the house. "No need to steal anything. Come in, eat and drink with me. My name is Arya Nagarjuna. Stay as long as you like, and when you're ready to leave, take whatever you want." Utterly astonished, the thief entered the house and had supper with the saint. He had never met anyone like this, and he wanted to test out this strange being. Nagarjuna's conversation settled all the thief's doubts and awakened his faith and implicit trust in the Guru. In the end, all he wished to take away with him was the Guru's golden instruction. Nagarjuna was delighted and initiated the thief into the Guhya Samaja Tantra. Then he gave him instruction on how to meditate upon greed and find the path to self-liberation. First, abandon all thought of action. Then, at the fontanelle on the crown of your head, visualize a large horn, translucent and red, radiating a ruby light. This is the horn of desirable objects. See them as mere concepts, illusory mental pictures. Nagarjuna then filled the thief's hut with diamonds, rubies, sapphires, pearls, emeralds, and opals. Every imaginable treasure was there, and the thief, content beyond measure, sat down to meditate on the Guru's instructions. 12 years passed. An enormous horn grew out of the top of his skull and pulsed with an angry red light as though it were a living thing. His body was convulsed and shuddering. The poor thief was in torment. When Nagarjuna appeared to him and asked him how he fared, his pupil described terrible suffering. The master immediately understood his problem and gave him further instruction. This great horn, built cell by cell from appearances and fixed notions, is destroying your happiness. For attachment to seemingly concrete objects is always a cause for suffering. But these objects of desire have no real existence. Events have no more reality than clouds swirling through the sky. How then can birth, life, or death harm or profit us in any way? When both the knower and that which is known are essentially emptiness, how can the pure nature of mind be affected in any way at all? Through Nagarjuna's words, Nagabodhi came to realize the emptiness of the nature of his being. Deeply absorbed in this awareness, within 6 months his red horn had completely disappeared, and he realized the indivisibility of samsara and nirvana. He attained his goal of liberation. When the time came for Nagarjuna's departure from the earth plane, he summoned Nagabodhi and appointed him his successor and master of the lineage he had founded. Nagarjuna then empowered the realized thief to give his disciples the 8 great cities when the appropriate time arose. These magical powers conferred on the realized one the ability to pass through earth and rock, to wield the sword of awareness, to destroy and annihilate, to create and enrich, to dispense the pill of divine vision, to apply the I-self of omniscience, the ability to walk at blinding speeds, and the secret of the alchemy of eternal life. Nagarjuna then commanded Nagabodhi to remain on Sri Parvata mountain to work selflessly for all sentient beings until he received the revelation of the arrival of the Maitreya, the Buddha yet to come, who would dispense loving kindness throughout the four corners of the world. It is said that he will remain there for 20,000 years. Ni modelek zendelek, ni megung delek shin, nin sentak delek bel, kuncho sungi jingi lo, kuncho sungi ngadrubza, kuncho sungi tashi sho. At dawn or dusk, at night or midday, may the three jewels grant us their blessings. May they help us to achieve all realizations and sprinkle the path of our lives with various signs of auspiciousness. Tashi Delek.